Lots of people want to keep a daily journal, but then they discover they don't know what to write, or it all just becomes too hard and a bit of a hassle. Hi, I'm Bri Williams, the behaviour changer, and in this video I'm going to share a format with you that will make daily journaling fun, easy and repeatable. Plus, I'll even share the behavioural science that makes it effective. So let's get started. Well, I use my favourite bit of tech, my remarkable tablet. Paper and pen is perfectly fine. The first thing we want to do is to draw a quadrant. We want to end up with 4 boxes. And because I'm using Remarkable, I'm using the 4 storyboard template. But why 4 boxes? Well, we're going to use these 4 boxes to sift and sort your thoughts about your day. Starting with box number 2. In box number 2, at the top, give it the heading Highlight. In box number 3, the heading is Low Light. And in box number 4, your heading is Insight. Now, back to mysterious box 1. What are we going to include there? Well, in box 1, this is really where you contextualize your day. So include things like the date, the day, the time that you might be journaling, what the weather's been like, and where you are in the world. Including these sorts of details becomes a really important anchor point so that if you're ever reviewing your pages, you'll be able to place yourself in time, in space. Now, very importantly, you'll notice within this format that there is space to draw. Again, in Remarkable, there's an actual box that we'll use for drawing, and there's lines for text underneath. You can do something similar if you're drawing on paper. So in box 1, not only do I tend to write what the temperature's been for the day, but I'll actually do a little illustration of what the weather's been like. And because I'm in Melbourne, notorious for 4 seasons in one day, that's always a bit of fun. Now, below our drawing, we can include a bit of text. Now, this is where I tend to include a very brief chronology of the day, things that sort of stick out. So for instance, where I walked the dog, if I've had client meetings, anything that sort of gives me a sense of how I spent my time. And then once we've done that, it's time for box number 2. Now, box number 2 is our highlight. And just like we did with box number 1, we have space for a drawing and some text. So this is our opportunity to think back on the day, what was the highlight, before moving into box number 3, the low light, and moving to box number 4, which is insight. Now, insight becomes really important because it really allows us to step back, looking at our highlight and our low light and what the day has given us, and think, what did I learn? As a human on this planet, what's my takeaway for the day? Now, it doesn't have to be deeply philosophical, but it serves the role of really bringing us out of the trees so that we can see the forest. In insight, we're really moving from a doing mindset to one of reflection. So that's a bit about the mechanics of the format. It's pretty simple, 4 quadrants, context, and then highlight, low light, and insight. But what's the behavioural science that makes it work so well? 2 things. By starting with 4 empty boxes, we're using completion bias to motivate ourselves to fill each of them in. It's just the right amount of irritation to make us want to complete each box. And the other reason why this format works so well? Using a visual storyboard format prompts us to draw. And drawing accesses creative pathways in the brain that we might have otherwise neglected. And most importantly, when you're looking back at your diary, drawing gives it a very unique feel. So every day seems special. These pages become a storybook of your life. Now, there are 2 other quick tips to set you up for success. The final thing I do when I've finished my journaling for the day is to set up a page for the next day. So I include the date and the day and the 3 headings, highlight, low light, and insight. By doing this ahead of time, I eliminate any friction. So when I come to the next day, it's easy to get stuck straight in. And my second quick tip, build a streak. Once you've got a streak of days strung together, you'll be loath to miss a session. I can honestly say in the last 4 years, I've missed maybe 2 or 3 days. So, do you like my behaviourally effective journaling format? Will you give it a try? Or perhaps you have a format that works for you? Let me know in the comments.